Alright guys, welcome to another episode of the Key Medic. Today in this video we're going to be discussing again the smart key or the smart lock, the quick set. And in a previous video I showed you the proper way to rekey this lock. And I'll demonstrate that real quick. If you want more in-depth then you can go to my other video, but this is the key that works with the lock right now. As you can see, it turns it. And we want to change it to this key. And as you can see, this key does not work with this lock. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the key that does work and you're going to turn it clockwise to where it's horizontal like this. You're going to take your smart key and you're going to insert it into this hole up here. Okay? So you insert it, and basically what this does is resets all the pins. And you pull it out, then you're going to pull your key out, don't turn it, and then you want to insert this new key that you want it keyed to all the way in. You want to make sure it's pushed all the way. As you can see, it's pushed all the way. And then you're going to turn it counterclockwise, and you hear that click, then you have rekeyed it successfully. And now you can pull the key out and put it back in. You can see it works, and the other key does not work anymore. But let's say that you're going to rekey this and you mess up. Yes, you can mess up on this. So let's say you push it in, right? And you turn it and you're wanting to rekey it. Okay, so you reset your pins. Okay, now you can take this key out. Now let's say you put the new key in, like so, but let's say you don't get it in all the way. See how it's sticking out just a little bit? And then you turn it. Now you've already changed the key, but now you're going to notice that this key doesn't work. See? Because you messed up. Because you didn't have the key in all the way. Oh, hang on. What? Actually, okay, so it still works. Okay, so there's two ways to fix this problem if you don't insert your key all the way and you want to, rekey it properly. So let's take this key out. This key will still work, and what you'll do is you'll only go in as far as you did before. See, it's not working right now, but I didn't go in enough, so you go in a little bit more. See, and it works. Okay, so now you can reset it and do it properly. Let's test something. Let's reset it and let's pull the key out even more. Okay, let's just go in. Let's go in that far. Okay, so you can see we're not even close to being in far enough. Okay, now we changed it. Now taking the key out and putting it back in. Okay, so now we got to pull it out just enough to where we had it. Let's see if it works. Okay. All right, it's not working. So if this doesn't work, if you can't get it to work this way, don't worry. There's another way. It takes a little bit more work, but you can fix your mistake. So what you're going to do is you can take this key out, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to take off the clips to the back here. So we're going to take this clip off. We're going to push it out. You can use a little flathead screwdriver, and you should be able to get behind there and pry it out, just like that. Now this tail piece is going to fall out. It's got two parts to it. It's just got a little part that goes, you just slide it back in like that. It's pretty simple. I'm just going to stick that to the side for now. There's another clip you have to remove. It's right here, and it's holding, it's holding the cylinder in. So we need to remove that so we can get the cylinder out. So you can remove that. You can pretty much do that by hand. It's very easy. There's a little ring here. Just, we'll stick that to the side. Just try to remember how you put this or took it apart. Okay, now we can slide the cylinder out. Okay, now we got the cylinder out, and as you can see, there's the little wafer locks or pins. Um, so you have to get this sleeve off, right? This is holding everything together. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you have to push each of these down, these little pins, right? You push them down individually, and at the same time you're doing that, you want to apply pressure, pulling this sleeve off. Get this camera to focus. So apply pressure, push these down. You have to make sure you get them down all the way. Oops. There it goes. There's one. You got to do that for every single one of them, and then it will come off. There's 2, 3, and one more. There you go. Now we got the sleeve off. Put that down. Remember how you took that off? Okay, so now what you have to do, this is where you want to be a little careful, because you're going to take this piece off right here. You're going to take this piece off, and what you're going to do is you're going to flip it and then allow it to just fall into your hands. Okay, so now you can see what this looks like. Okay, so, and then if you look at this, see if we can get this to focus. See these little guys? These are what your key touches, and these can fall out, so you got to be careful. If they do fall out, it's not a huge deal. They're very easy to put back, and it's very easy to see how exactly they go back. So it's not a huge deal if they fall out. I can show you. I'll pull one out. That's what it looks like. So, and it literally, oops. Not a big deal if it falls. Anyways, we're gonna grab that. We need to put it back. And they have little notches. I don't know if you can see that, but they all have little notches. And basically, you want to get all those notches to line up with this big notch here. Let's see if we can get that to focus there. So that little valley, you need it to get to match up with that. So once you get all those matched up, you can put it back on the cylinder. Okay, so now we're ready to put it back together. So you're gonna carefully bring this, make sure all those are still where they need to be. As you can see, they are. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna put this back on. And what you wanna do, once you get it on, all right, got it on. Now what you're gonna want to do, this is kind of like when you're using the key, when it's in the cylinder. You want to pull this part back so it depresses that spring. And this is like resetting the key. So you're gonna pull it back. See, it's how it's gone. You don't see the spring anymore. At this point, you want to put in the key that you want to use, that you want to rekey it to, okay? So we're going to put in this key. So insert that key. And then you're going to let off, but still you want to keep this part on. So just let off, let the spring. See, now you can see the spring again. Okay, now you have rekeyed this lock. Okay? So now what you want to do is you can put your sleeve back on. and the sleeve only goes on one way. Well, it can go on the wrong way, but you want to make sure you put it on the right way. So how you'll know that is you'll see these grooves here. This is where your clamp went. So you know that this is the back. This is the back part. So it'll go on this way, and it only goes on one way. You gotta follow the grooves. This one groove, this groove here, you can kind of see it. That goes to the top of the key. So it'll go, or you can just kind of like just twist it, and there it goes. Let's take our key out carefully. Maybe. There it goes. Okay. Keep your key in. Don't take it out. Alright, so now you want to line these holes up with the pins. Which it looks like we're already lined up. So we're good. So now you can see that this turns. That means you rekeyed it properly. Okay, now we can put it back in its housing, and it only goes in one way. So it goes in that way. And you're gonna see that this turns. So that means you did it right. Okay, so you rekeyed it successfully. So you were able to fix your mistake when you didn't have the key fully inserted. Okay, so now we'll just put all the clamps back. You'll start with the big clamp. This holds the cylinder in place. It keeps it from falling out of the housing. So we'll put that in. You can put that in with your hand. It's a pretty simple one to put on. But see, actually it doesn't keep it in the housing. But anyways, okay, so now we know that. Then you're going to take this ring and you put it on here, okay? And hang on, before I put that on, notice this hole. Oops, focus, 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 camera please. There you go. All right, see that hole? That's where this clamp will go. And you can kind of tell which part goes in that hole. But you're going to put this ring on first before you put that clamp on. Then you got to take your tailpiece and you're going to stick that on. Make sure that the bottom part doesn't fall out. So you're going to put that on, and where the notch is, that goes where that hole is. It's pretty self-explanatory. Get that ring back on there. Right there. All the cylinders falling out. Make sure you hold that cylinder in. You're going to learn from my mistakes here. All right, now we can put this piece back on. There. That went on pretty easy. And sometimes if this is loose, just simply take your pliers and crimp it. Don't want that falling off. So, okay. Nice. All right. So, yeah. So apparently the black one holds your cylinder on. But anyways, you have successfully rekeyed your lock. Now you can take this out, you can put it back in, and you can see it works. You can try a different key and you'll see that it doesn't work, okay? So there you go. That's how you fix that mistake if you do happen to not rekey it properly. But again, if you want to see it rekeyed properly in more detail, you can go to my other YouTube video that covers that. So again, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you found this video helpful. And if you have any recommendations or any suggestions, please leave them in the comments below and I will be happy to review them.